interesting stories these boats could tell. That's a proper hole right there. E-Tech, that's what I've got. There's an idea how big that hole is. Look at the bottom though. Man. All right guys, welcome back to the harbor. I'm down here in St. Pete. Got a bunch of boats to show you guys for Cooper Capital. It's a privately owned yard that's storing a couple of these boats. So we're gonna bump around here. There's a lot of boats. Not all of them are salvage, not all of them are for sale. I'm gonna try to find the ones that are, and yeah, let's hop on board. Start right here. Got a Boston Whaler. Yeah, this one is one of the salvage boats. Multiple boats here. Got this Regal. I think we got a Grady White, another Whaler, really nice big Sea Fox. Got some pontoon boats. I'm gonna just try to squeeze them all in here on one video, guys, so let's see how it goes. Haven't done any smaller stuff yet. This is a Dauntless. It's a really nice color. A couple of twin Verados, 225s. These are mostly hurricane damaged boats. Crunching right there. See in there your coring material, your foam, fiberglass, then your gel coat, and a little layer of wax, and you are good to go. A little bit of the gouge there on the, well, maybe it's just corrosion, but yeah, the paint's come off. Rub rail coming off. She needs to be buffed out bad, but that's a pretty color when it's nice. Now look at this here. This is a defect from the factory. That is super oxidized, and that is not, unless the only other thing could be is if this had a previous repair. But if you see that, that was a defect in the mold, in the build process. I'm gonna kind of go through these a little faster so you guys aren't, you know, losing interest, but look at that sandwich material. That's how they build them right there, layer upon layer. And then at the end, I'll jump on Cooper's site and just to verify which one of these are still on the site, which ones are not, and just look at prices and comparables. Got a chunk taken out there. Yeah, got chewed up here on the chine pretty good. Oh man, that's not good. But it depends on where the damage happened. If it fell off of a, you know, as long as it wasn't sitting in water, then that repair shouldn't be too bad, as long as it hasn't been soaking up salt water forever. Let's hop on board here. Well, at first glance, it would appear all the damage is on the outside. Tell you what, this one looks like a winner, depending on, you know, if it sunk or if the motors run. If the motors run, you know, that's all exterior cosmetic, easy to get to stuff that I'm seeing. How does this work? Lift that, lift that, there you go. I think that's a place where you can put like a little porta potty or whatever else you want. Nice big seat there. Put a little cushion on there, beautiful lounger. Let's just see if there's any damage in here. I'm not gonna open up all the boxes, guys. I got too many boats to see. So much to do, so little time. Whoa, look at that, it's a yellowfin. I didn't see that one on there, but golly, that's a nice haul, expensive haul. Outboards look shot. Looks like she got whacked, took down the tuner tower. Anyway, Boston Whaler, great name. Cool boat, I like it. If I was looking for a Boston Whaler, oh, it's got these things that drop open. You can sit, dangle your feet off to the side. That whole door folds down. Like I said, it's all going to be about these. Are they running? And are they clean? All right, let's move on to the next one. Actually, right here, let's take a look at this Regal. I'm not even going to get on it. Actually, yes, I am. Let's go. Let's do a quick walk around on this Regal. Okay, so this Regal flooded. It filled, heavy rains filled the engine room and flooded out the engine. So all different types, all different damages. Got bottom paint. Nice little runabout. Nice color. The black and the black bimini. Black bottom paint. But probably got a big Merc cruiser in there that is flooded out. So, you know, if you could pick it up for super cheap and just plan on just dropping in a new Merc cruiser 350 mag MPI, I mean, you might be able to fix it. If I was going to go with it though, I'd want something that was reliable and ready to roll. I would just, you know, see what you can pick this hull up for. Drop in a new motor. You could drop in like a rebuilt motor too, find a good mechanic. Cushions are in pretty good shape. I mean, it's been sitting underneath trees out in the sun, but they're still soft, plush. They're filthy, but that's it. Looks like a lot of this is going to just completely clean right up. Missing bolster on that. Let's check up here. If you're getting a deck boat, a pontoon boat, a little runabout like this, it's all about the cushions. These guys are starting to get a little dry up on the tops, which is to be expected. It either has snaps for a cover. It is super important, especially on the bow here, for these to be kept covered. However, if you get this anytime soon and start covering them, there's that bolster, then these are still good to go. You can see here, this is when they start to get crunchy. That darker stripe is starting to fade, but everything else looks pretty good. Keep it covered, put a new motor in. There's a better look there at that Whaler. All right, let's head over there. Let's check out that Boston Whaler. Contender offshore machine 007. Okay, moving right along, having fun. This is another Dauntless. This is a 24. Boston Whalers rub rails are no joke. There's an idea how big that hole is. You see here, the hull is separating from the cap. Ooh. Took a beating there. It's like she was crashing up and down against the dock, piling. Yeah, she's all chewed up. Cowl is all torn up. And this Mercury Verado, pretty white color. Trim tab's gone. Yeah. Man, just mangled and tangled. Lost the power pole. Pretty bad dock rash all on this side. It seemed to be that she was floating and just kind of got stuck in between some concrete pilings maybe. See here? All chewed up on the bottom. Check the other side. Well, yeah, she's all chewed up. Let's see if I can climb aboard here. Nice sea decking. Hurricane didn't bother that a bit. It's just filthy, but really nice sea decking. Beautiful color, really like it. You can tell that's a quality material. She got chewed up a little bit right there, but really nice. Feels soft, nice cushiony on the feet. Upholstery's in good shape. Look at that. Poling platform. Looks like that stayed intact. for the most part. This is a cool boat. Uh-oh, she must have sunk. All the electronics have been removed. Removed or lifted by somebody who wasn't supposed to. Somebody started to do a little bit of tear down. Maybe the owner took them off since the boat was being salvaged. Who knows? We got seating underneath here. That lifts up. Yeah, this one's going to be tough. A little bit of a tougher repair. Let's see if the bottom on that starboard side is messed up at all. Yeah, this side looks pretty clean. All right, well, having fun, moving along. Let's go look at this Sea Fox. Big boat, 28 Sea Fox. Well, I thought it was a Sea Hunt. They got similar little logo. Sea Fox, not as nice as a Sea Hunt. SF. Yeah, she spent some time swimming. All barnacle footprints all over those outboards. So hurricane damaged, sunk. Yep, and here's the hurricane damaged side. Kind of got like the new NFL style helmets there with the extra cushion. This side's all torn up. Took damage. Looks like it sunk down. Man, maybe. Oh no, this thing flipped. Wow. Yeah, we got barnacles all over the T-top. Those belong down here. Bottom's clean. That ain't good. All chewed up. Rubber rails chewed up. Let's get on board of a boat that was sitting upside down for at least weeks. That's the easiest way to get on board here. Come see these boats, they'll provide you with a ladder. Up we go. Man, flipped upside down and it crunched it. Crunched that T-top down, man. Yeah, this is 28.8 Commander. Man, T-top's pretty strong. Just punched right through into the glass top. Electronics out. Cushions are in good shape. Not that one. Mildew. Yeah, this one's gonna be too much work for me. Cut that off, or it broke off. I'll take a hard pass on this one. But one man's trash is another man's treasure. Take the T-top off completely, put a bimini on. What are you gonna do about these neat outboards? Man, it's a pretty boat. A lot of bells and whistles. All right, let's go check out a pontoon boat. Cooper, they got all shapes and sizes. This is a boat that's sold. I believe it flipped upside down. No motor. Look at this. Oh, this thing is a fishing machine now. Tell you what, wide open platform. Pontoon boats can be good fishing boats. This boat, who knows what it's sold for? Probably not much, but you've got pontoon boats like that all the way up to, I don't know, it's that 76-foot horizon I just recently did a video on. So really cool site just to get on and just see what's on there, what's for sale. I do believe this Starcraft is on there. It's got a 115. I think it said it borrowed over. Like I said, we'll check the listings later. Yeah, she's got a bunch of dents there in all the skins. More dinging and denting. Don't see anything yet on the pontoons. Comes with a little bit of money. Another dent and a rash. A little indentation right here. Not much. But there's a big question. That pretty little 4-stroke run. Let me get on board real quick here. Full of leaves. Let's see if I can sneak underneath this bimini top. Alright, going through the Hobbit door. And again, pontoon boats, it's all about the cushions. Color, a nice color, like a gray, kind of hide the dinginess of a, you know, of a white pontoon boat or cushions. But you know, they're a little dirty, a little mildewy, but they're not too bad. So it's all here. I think the big question is going to be that outboard. I think this thing had some issues, maybe sunk. So in addition to all the scratches, I think that's what was wrong with it. And there you go, Starcraft. None of these boats are on Cooper, but it's a bunch of boats here for sale. Here's my favorite boat. Now, also on Cooper Capital, as I said, they, you know, not only do they have little tiny pontoon boats all the way up to yachts, they've got stuff that's not even damaged at all. Just owners that are just wanting to auction their boat and sell it right away and not sit on Yacht World with a broker and pretend like they're going to get top dollar for 18 months and yada yada yada. Owner had them list this boat and it just sold yesterday. Beautiful boats. These are built in Cape Coral, Florida. These are expensive fishing boats. Let me tell you what, I take care of one in Gasparilla Marina. Gauze built boat, got the super cool tarpon logo. I'm not going to get on board. It's a sold boat. Nice color. It's just a very light yellow. If you're going to get a boat with a painted hull, just get it very light. Light. No black, no dark blue. Light gray, yellow, or baby blue. These are really sweet boats though. Got the tower. Well built, custom. They'll customize it, you know, to a degree. Put whatever you want on it for power. All right, let's keep walking. Look at these. So Cooper does sell outboards sometimes. These aren't theirs, but E-Tech is what I've got on my little Carolina skiff. Not working right now, but try that again. Bunch of outboards. Oh, here we go. This is probably the nicest boat. I haven't even looked at it yet, didn't even walk around it or anything, but Grady White. Yeah, look at them twin Yamahas. Again, here's a nice blue, kind of like a gray blue color. I wonder what's wrong with this. Little gouge. Oh man, that ain't good. I thought that was salt. That's barnacle feet. Yeah, she went over and stayed over. This is a 27-271 Canyon. Man, this side's clean. Let's see. There, here you go. Like that one. You can see that one coming a mile away. Oh, where's the ladder? Here we go. Sorry. You guys. 2021. There's the Hin. Oh man. Looks fine up here. What happened? Thing laid on its side and just grew some barnacles? Maybe it came off a lift, kind of got stuck in some shallow, muddy water. Interesting. I mean, this thing just looks no different than any other boat I've detailed. Again, electronics look like they've been taken off. Little ding there. No major cracks that I see. There's the head. Got some isinglass in there. Not too bad. No, got their electronics. Look at them garments. Oh, this would be an interesting one. I'm not sure if this was on the site yet or not. I think this is an upcoming boat. Powder coated. Heckgum. How did it? But I don't see any in here. Big question is those outboards. I'm not going to take them off. They don't have anything on them as far as barnacles. Well, here we go. This does have a little bit. Those are barnacle footprints. There's barnacles. How high up can we see them? There's a barnacle. Not much, but enough. See if I can shine a light down here in the bilge for you guys. Go upside down. Check this side out for me. Anything in there? This one could be a winner though. It's going to scare a lot of people away, obviously. I think just a matter of these engines. If they submerge, and for how long? Well, if they submerge long enough for barnacles to grow. Here we go. We got a couple footprints here. Really not. Here's one. Not seeing anything as high as the cowling though. Okay. Let's see what else we can find. Man, look at this Sea Ray. Ooh-wee. Not sure what model. This one's not on the site yet. It will be eventually though, and she will be coming in hot. It's got some major damage. I'm not even gonna think right now. Just drop it in the comments. Why do they stuff it? Maybe it's when it's being towed after it's been raised. I guess that's probably what it is. They don't know where the leak or leaks can be, so they fill it with foam. Look at the bottom though. Man, she just laid up on top of some rock jetties or something. Or concrete. No, I'd say it was like rock jetty where it just constantly just came up and pounded and pounded. Look at that. Right through. All ate up. Man, all the way down through there. Wow. Look at this. Oh man, look at this side though. Like new glass. Look at that. This side, I mean, this side was laying in the shade for sure, because this side it's all chalky. Interesting stories these boats could tell. That's a proper hole right there. All right, let's climb on board. See if it gets better or if it gets worse. Look at this thing. It's a little work barge if I ever seen one. Oh, this spot's on the water. I got the motor being held up here. Probably had to take the hydraulic pressure off and lift it manually, I suppose. Pretty sure this is the right one. This looks like the sister ship right next to me. I know one of these Sea Rays is going for sale. Ain't that bad up here. Nice electronics package. Uh-oh. Yeah, looks like a bomb went off in here. Just everything I think that was loose just was thrown in here. Actually, it doesn't really, you know, could be worse. Let's just say that. Headliner looks okay. Just looks like a mess. Doesn't really smell horrible. Like, you know, who knows how much water was in there. There's some of the paneling that's come off. Yeah, this is the exact same boat. That's interesting. Cushions are getting a little dry. Still salvageable. This little teak table. Got sea decking in here as well. Yeah, I know, again, you know, it's going to all predicate on those outboards. I mean, that's a lot of money hanging off the back here. 400 horsepower by what? I don't know, $50,000 each. And if they run, get you a good fiberglass guy. Those hinges are a little stiff. There we go. Grill. Grill. Kenyon products. We got the T-top rolled back. Nice bimini for extra shade. Cool boat. Look at that sea decking all along there. Well guys, I think this is a pretty good place to sign off. Haven't done any smaller salvage stuff like this before, so let me know. So we'll see how many views it gets. If it does get a few, I will probably go do a few more. But I appreciate you guys watching. Signing off from this really cool little yard down in St. Pete, Florida. Drop a comment, meet the nicest people in boating, so say hello. Oh, let me show you this real quick. I'm thinking about getting this boat for myself. A pontoon boat. Yes, a pontoon boat. You'd be surprised. Pontoon boats make a great fishing boat, and I can get this one for a pretty good price from the guy who owns this yard. 70 horsepower. He's used it on his own lake, and so it's been used. It was damaged a little bit, but not much. I'm looking at some of the stuff he showed me, not much at all. I might get it. I might be able to pick this up. So, stay tuned. Check out my fishing channel, Charlotte Harbor Fisherman, and see if I end up getting that boat. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.